The bad news is that prescription drug abuse, over-the-counter drug abuse, and also inhalants are all going up. The clear thing that everybody needs to understand is prescription and over-the-counter drug abuse cuts across all lines, socioeconomic, race, region. It's happening everywhere in America, and you can have a great kid who's a wonderful student and an athlete, and he or she can still make a mistake, make a bad decision, and try these products and get themselves caught up in a cycle that leads to other substance abuse.
But one drug, OxyContin, can quickly turn a casual user into a full-blown addict.
We begin tonight with a developing story. Good evening, I'm Tori Brunetti. The search is on for the man who threatened a South Hill pharmacist with a gun and stole drugs.
More teens are turning to prescription drugs that they often steal from a relative's medicine cabinet or that they get from friends and dealers. Some are even doing what's called stacking, taking a combination of drugs to become what one expert called junior chemists. This is one front in the war on drugs that needs its own surge, especially from parents. So talk to your kids, because experts say that can be the best deterrent.
To get the pills, he doctor shopped, hitting emergency rooms and urgent care clinics until a group of physicians he was seeing computerized their systems, realized he had a problem, and stopped writing him prescriptions.
And see if you recognize this man. He's being nicknamed the Oxy Bandit by police.
And it was like, God, that guy looks just like Bob. It was Bob.
Only at that point, she didn't know it. 8 robberies in 26 days.
It is the fastest growing addiction in the United States.
At Hazelden Recovery in Newburgh, Dr. Marvin Sepula sees prescription painkiller addiction crossing all societal lines.
You've had police officers.
Yes.
You've had teachers.
We've had teachers, housewives. We've had 18 to 25-year-olds that were on the football team and got an injury and started using for that reason. We've had healthcare professionals, almost any profession you could name.
He wanted to retire with his wife and be a grandpa.
Also a big story tonight on OxyContin, right?
That's right. 3 of the top 5 current and former executives have been hit with over a $600 million fine brought by U.S. Attorney. Well, U.S. Attorney brought the case, and it's a drug that's been widely prescribed. And
when you abuse prescription drugs in the same way that you would have used illegal street drugs, they are every bit as dangerous and every bit as deadly as the street drug. Right now in America, we've got about 1 in 5 teenagers who is admitted to abusing prescription drugs, and about 1 in 10 who have admitted to abusing over-the-counter cough medicine. Those numbers are higher than cocaine or heroin or a lot of the things that are on most parents' radar screens. This really represents a whole new tier of substance abuse in America, and something that most parents don't have any experience in because it didn't happen when they were teens.
What are the warning signs for parents?
We know they're the classic substance abuse warning signs: change in behavior, change in health, change in complexion, change in networks of friends.
Drugs like oxycodone, hydrocodone can be as addicting as heroin.
I would wake up in the middle of the night with really bad cramps in my legs, cramps in my ankles, my arms would be falling asleep, and I couldn't clear my throat.
What was once a problem has turned into a crisis.
OxyContin is widely prescribed for pain, but it's also one of several drugs known as hillbilly heroin.
It's a deadly drug for sure. It's very appealing at first, but it's highly addictive, and it doesn't take too long before you need it to function.
After Courtney snorted the OxyContin, her respiratory system slowed down so much that it put her to sleep, to the point that she never woke up.
I want the parents to understand that this is what our kids are doing, and I want the kids to understand that it just takes one time of abusing to kill you.
OxyContin smuggled in by air and ice road to many of Canada's First Nation reserves. Some communities reporting between 50 to 70% of their populations are hooked.
People will sometimes crush it and snort it or inject it or smoke it.
The person who discovered her son's body speaks out about his death and urges parents to talk to their kids about prescription drugs.
Alex was a good friend with an amazing heart. Sit next to photos of the 13-year-old at his mother's town of Milton home.
He was cold, blue lips, and I knew there was nothing that they could do for him.
As soon as Jennifer Bethel touched her son Tuesday morning, she knew he was dead.
I didn't know. I had no idea. No clue. None. I didn't know anything. I just wanted him to come back. How do you tell your 16-month-old that his brother's never coming back? He'll never know him. No parent should have to go down to wake up their kid and not be able to wake them up and have to bury them.